Start from mejor. Luis, I wanted to ask you. So we won the previous match, and now we lost to the same uh, score. So, what is the message that you give to our Guatemalan fan base? Well, we needed to recover the ball faster and even further, like we did with Jamaica. Obviously, Panama is a team that has a good ball handling. They have well coordinated movements and plays. It was really hard for us to recover the ball. We were really back, and when we really got it back, we were really way back. And this was a strategy that we followed, and that helped us out versus what Jamaica, but not this time. So the message to the fan base is that we will make a very thorough analysis, and we will keep on thriving like we always do in Guatemala. Coach, good afternoon. Director Carlos Zacarias. So, Coach, what are the conclusions that you get, and how do you see the horizon of the Guatemalan team? Of course, you missed a chance today to even just walk towards this qualifying round. Of course, we were aware of that. We still have a match next Tuesday, and we are forced, right? We're required to win. We cannot speculate. We cannot leave it to chance. We got also booked 4 times. That's kind of annoying, and of course, that is going to limit certain movements. However, we need to get recovered. Our team needs to get recovered. It's a lot of heat and a lot of humidity. Well, many players were really tired. Some of them had cramps. So again, I feel that now we have 3 4 days before we recover, and this is key. Now that we're going to face Guadalupe and also Panama, Jamaica. Jamaica, well, we know that there's a lot in play. Nothing is already decided. Of course, Panama has got the edge, but anything could happen next Tuesday. Cristian Castro, Radio Sonora. How are you doing, Coach? He's always wearing a costume. So, Coach, how are we going to delete this from the mindset of players? Because now, well, I know that you've lost before Panama in the past, and now you've lost again. So the important here is to get to that goal, right? Achieving it to get into the World Cup. So, how are you going to help the players to recover their mindset? Well, Ramirez, many players were kind of with a low head, right? Yeah, we need to make some changes. Some of them are really tired. Some of them have been booked, like you said. Like cards are accumulated, so we would also be playing a lot of risk if we were to place them right. But again, I know that Panama has been superior than we have, so we need to analyze that. We need to really define the strategy that we need to have for the next match. Good night, Coach. Carlos Marin from Ciudad Deportiva. So, Coach, how do you analyze that goal? Is that an error from your side? Is that a well was it well played by the opponent? So after taking a look at the 90 minutes, what is your balance? Well, the goal was a really good play. They're really well coordinated. So scoring 1-0, with that you always have the hope that you may score, right? By putting effort, of course, and recognizing that Panama was better than we were, and they weren't fair and square. So, Professor from Televisa, what did you miss doing for this match? Was there anything that you left or kept for yourselves when now that you face Panama and Jamaica? Well, they had a faster recovery that was better with Jamaica. Not right now. They have well coordinated plays. It is very hard to get the ball from them in Panama. Well, we try to really push them forward as much as possible, and well, we managed to do it versus Jamaica. So if you do not manage to get the ball fast and you start going backwards, so again, the tear and wear of our players is higher. So, um, Coach, during the conference, Christensen, Panama's coach, said that the other day they scored 5, and today they would have been more efficient. Well, really called me. They would have scored 5 goals. Do you agree? Do you think that did you perceive it like that? Well, yes, they were superior again, fair and square. It is true that Nicolas Hagen had great saves as well. However, not for 5-0. Well, yes, but to be fair, they were superior, but that's it. Coach Erling Garcia for PNTV. So I feel that the fan base got a very clear message facing this Gold Cup and also when qualifying for the World Cup. So you were interacting with some fans. So the result for the public, for the crowd, this is a defeat. You're not going to get 3 points. Do you feel that the fan base is going to be content just with how you have been competing and fighting? And today was one of those matches where we faced as national team, which is Panama, is one of the favorites in Central America, and that has played well over the past matches. Today we had a great opponent, and we saw our the Guatemalan what the Malan team give a fight right back. So the fan base going to be able to really qualify to the World Cup 2026 in the US? Yes, we have discussed this over and over. That's what we want. We want people to feel well represented by their team. We want them to feel proud of their national team beyond the result. So 4 days ago, it was in our favor, not today. But well, the guys never stopped thriving and trying out, even though the outcome was different. They always fought. They got out tired, absolutely dehydrated. That's it. We cannot blame it on them. And we just need to recognize that Panama was better and we need to find a solution, right? That's what we need to do. And to get prepared and to recover as fast as possible for the match versus Guadalupe, which is going to be vital and key. Thank you so much, Luis Fernando Tena, for your time. Thank you and good night.